What's going on, guys? It's your boy Dgotsauce back with another video. This time we got a drag queen that won Miss Maryland USA. Guy that won Miss Maryland USA. Let's tune into the video, see what's going on out here in these streets.
And welcome back to The Factor Uncensored. Take a look. Historic news from the pageant circuitry. A transgender woman named Bailey Ann Kennedy has won the title of Miss Maryland USA. Kennedy will now be competing in the Miss USA pageant later this year. My next guest says this is a positive step towards representation for the transgender community. Let's take a look.
Now, before we get into that, how does a man win women Miss Maryland? I'm a little confused, so please forgive me if I'm the only person thinking this, but if I'm not the only person thinking this, y'all understand what I'm talking about. I'm a little confused. I thought this was a women's competition. All right, let's continue.
And joining us on The Factor Uncensored, a familiar face here on The Factor, Queen Angelina, who used to live in Texas but now lives in Los Angeles. And we wanted to reach out to you about the recent win by Miss Maryland. Bailey Ann Kennedy is the first trans Miss Maryland USA. Your thoughts on that and that win?
We're just happy that we are seeing representation in any end of the spectrum in our country. And this is a huge win, not only for the LGBTQ community, but for women and trans women. You know, the life expectancy of a trans woman is 35 years old. And to see someone like this be thriving is amazing.
Now, when...
What? Am I the only one in the room? I can't be the only one in the room thinking, what is going on here? What is going on here? I'm so confused. I mean, literally, that's like me as a man saying I'm a woman, signing up for Miss USA and winning Miss USA.
Obviously, you're going to have critics out there who say this is not fair. This event was designed for biological women. What would you say to that?
Well, again, it's up to the organization on what they want to do with their own event, just with anything in life. And we're just happy that everybody in with open arms. And also the owner of the Miss Universe organization also happens to be a trans woman. So regardless people don't like it or not, I want to ask them, how does this affect you in your everyday life? But putting somebody like this, who obviously society is embracing, and a pageant system of...
I don't want to skip over that. She just said the owner of the company. Did I hear that correctly? The owner of the company is a transgender. Well, would you look at that? Now we understand why this transgender woman won Miss Maryland. It makes sense. It makes sense. You can't make this stuff up, y'all. You cannot make this stuff up. It's a win for the women, though. That's what they're saying. It's a win for the women. Shout out to them.
Started by cis women. How is this affecting them? And also, what else can they do in their own life for them to worry not about us?
For those parents out there who say you're forcing me to have a conversation with my kid that I'm not ready to have right now, you would say what to that?
Talk about something else. There's a lot of conversations that you're not willing to have with your children. But also, maybe this is exactly the right moment to tell your kids that there's different people in the world, and whether you like it or not, whether you want to educate your kid about hate or acceptance, this is the right moment to go into the right direction for your future with your family, your kids, and with the world as human beings in general.
When we get
United States of America is wild. Wild, 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 crazy. It's a tornado crazy bombshell over here. Honestly. It's not hate. You're a man dressed up as a woman. And that's what you like to do. Kudos to you. We understand. And that's exactly what I would tell my daughter or my son. Yes, there are plenty of people out here they want to identify as whoever they want to identify as. But as for us, this is how we move. There are men and there are females. All the other stuff, we don't, it doesn't make sense to us. We know it's out there, but it still don't make sense to us. I can't be the only one that thinks this way, but I mean, I'm not saying anything wrong. There's nothing wrong with them doing what they doing. They want to be that way. Kudos to them. I prefer not to be that way.
Get a win like this, when there's a win like this, what does this mean for the LGBTQ plus community? Does it mean more open doors? Does it mean more acceptance? Does it mean just a win?
It obviously means more acceptance, more open doors. We're seeing that we are being invited into society, that we are normalizing that we are normalizing the acceptance of us being here. Because at the end of the day, we're not trying to harm anybody. We're just trying to tell everybody that we're here, we're queer, we're going to be seen, and whether you're here to accept us or not.
And when you think about the work that...
Of course. 100%. You are here. We understand that y'all are here. And kudos for y'all for getting y'all message across the entire world every single day and pushing it in front of people's faces. Kudos to y'all. Y'all did it. We understand. But just because you guys want to push it in front of our faces, we got to push our straightness also. So shout outs to the straight guys out there. Shout outs to the straight women. We love you guys too. This is not hate. This is all love. All love.
That Bailey Ann Kennedy has put in. Your thoughts on that? She's 31. She's married to a military officer. She's Asian American, and she's a trans woman. Your thoughts on all of that?
I mean, obviously, you hear all the check marks. You hear all different types of communities that her and her family are a part of. And it's just wonderful to keep including us into the conversation. Because again, this is a great education moment for families. And also to remember all queer people that we're here and that we belong, especially here in the United States. And we're all everywhere and we're not going anywhere. So you might as well accept us.
When you take a look at how the United States is now embracing, or some of the United States, do you think there's still a lot of more work to do, or we're gradually getting there?
Absolutely. There's a lot of work to do that we still have to do. You know, in some states, they're putting laws against drag queens. They're putting laws against their trans kids. And we have seen it here in Houston in KDISD. And these students are fighting back. And of course, there's a lot of work to do. But we just have to remind everybody, why are we trying to go backwards with all of these things? We need to be moving forward. And also, there are better things for y'all to be worrying about instead of trying to tell a trans kid who they really are, because they don't know anything about us. Y'all need to let us live and accept and live our lives how we want to live, just like we are letting you.
I completely agree with that. Y'all should be out there living y'all lives as normal citizens, doing y'all everyday stuff without being bothered, crucified, criticized. But you guys put yourselves out there to the public especially in things like this where a trans woman signs up for a regular woman's event and she wins because the owner of the company now is a trans woman. I mean, you guys can say all you want that we should mind our business, but y'all put it out there for us to see. So we gonna have our opinion about it. That's just the honest truth. And it's just like vice versa. If it's somebody else out there that's doing some wild, egregious stuff and they put it out there on the internet and they don't expect somebody to say something about it, then don't put it out there on the internet because it's going to be talked about. Whether y'all like it or not, this is also free speech in the United States of America. Let's continue.
Still ahead, Queen Angelina made the choice to move out of Texas for a brand new city. She'll join.
All right, that's it, y'all. Man, let me know what y'all think about that down in the comments below. That one is a very, very interesting video we just watched there. Shout outs to them. Shout outs to y'all for doing y'all thing, man. We wish y'all the best. It's all love over here. We just have to give our opinion. Let me know y'all thoughts. Peace.